Day 31. From anyone that's new, that is 31 days from seed. I don't differentiate from seedling to veg stage. It's all veg to me. It's really hot in here. It's getting really close to 100, if not over. I watered them a little bit last night. We're going to give them more here in a moment. They are just going wild. They really need to get outside. We're not quite ready to do that yet. I'm going to try to get these melons out today just to give us some space, pot up the rest, and in a couple days here I can take some clones. I really don't like to take clones when the stems are purple. Some plants, the stems stay purple, but for most of them, if it's a solid purple stem, it's just deficient and it has a much lower rate of successful cloning. The boys got to get out too. They are just busting everywhere. And it's okay, but the last male that I let live in here for a long period of time, he just covered the tent in pollen. And I'm not so worried about pollination. I'm really just worried about the mess that it created, because it got all up in the fans. It got in the cracks behind the poles and stuff, and the fabric. It was everywhere. It was an absolute mess. It got up on the lights. It was wild. But I'm not too worried about pollination. You just spray some water and that's it. But with how humid it is in here, it's only a matter of time before that pollen dries up and dies out. Day 33. We changed things up in here. We removed a lot of stuff, up potted almost everything. Still waiting for the peppers to mature a little bit. And we have one struggle plant. May or may not make it. It's just really wet. I haven't watered it in days. We're going to see if it pulls through. One died and one did recover. I changed the environment in here. I had an AC in the window on fan mode. I can't actually use the AC function because it's too much power. It'll just trip the breaker. So I put a fan in the window and that dropped the temperature big time. So this is much more manageable. It's in the 80s again. It's still really humid. I'm pretty sure that pollen is all wet and non-viable now. These are all ready to take cuts. So we're going to take cuts from them. Take these two little zupas outside with those four big ones. Still maybe another week on these smaller ones. And we'll take some cuts, find a way to sex them. Get rid of all the boys. I'm looking for one good photo boy, if it's that trop cherry or a glitter bomb or the strawberry lemonade. That's probably going to be one of the boys that I'd keep. If all three are boys, that's going to be a tough choice. I might just keep them all and we'll just try one at a time. They are so healthy right now. They really just needed that extra space. We were really crowded out trying to grow crops for indoors and outdoors, food plants and medicine. That Larry over there is just massive. This is a glitter bomb here, going crazy. Some of them still look a little deficient. But once they get in ground, they'll be doing a lot better. They just need to stretch their legs like these ones did. They came back beautifully. So we're going to take all those female clones and we're going to do a sea of green in here. The main plants are going to go outside. And we're definitely going to scrog the indoor one this time. I'm not going to make that mistake again. And we'll see what happens. Keep the best ones. Maybe keep all of them. That would be wild. But some of them are my genetics. So I'm going to bet you we're going to have some herms in here. But that's okay. We'll keep the best. Maybe we will only keep one. Who knows? We're almost ready. I wanted to share my cloning process again. So I'm going to take cuts from 4 of them. So I have 4 cups of water back there. I've labeled them all. And then I have a cup of water and a cup of bleach with a little bit of water added.
just enough to fully submerge the blades of the scissors. So you want to soak the scissors for 30 seconds in the bleach mixture. Rubbing alcohol is not enough. It actually stabilizes the virus, from what I understand. So you want to use bleach, that'll kill everything. And then clean it up in water, and then use a towel or some paper towels to dry it off, and then make your cut. I've already sterilized these. So you want to sterilize them in between each plant. You can use the same scissors on one plant, but as soon as you switch to another, you really should sterilize to avoid spreading hop latent viroid. So for clones, you can really take any branch that you like. I like them to be at least 4 to 6 inches. So we're going to take the top here. I essentially just topped it. It's lights out, so that's why it's droopy right now. We're going to take these. I'm going to get rid of these too. And we'll do one more set. So there you go. And then we'll put that in the water. We're going to let them soak for maybe 6 hours. Then I'm going to dip them in some rooting hormone, put them in some peat plugs, and set them under some weak 24-hour lighting. Okay, and now they're going to sit in the corner of this 2x4 with this reflector 22 at the lowest power that it can, about 10%. Give them about 6 hours, and then we'll dip and stick them. Okay, so it's about 8 hours later, and we have our Zupa cuts, we have our rooting hormone. The gels seem to work the fastest. You could also get some liquid rooting hormone and add that to the water while they soak. It'll give you a little bit faster rooting time. I also have the peat pellets, the same as I use for germinating seeds, and I have a Ziploc bag. And this is going to make it easier to use just a little bit of the Clonex and not contaminate it. So you don't want to dip your cuttings directly into the container. What you want to do is pour some out into a little bag like this. You pour it in the corner and then dip into that corner. And Clonex is nice because it's purple, so you can indicate when you have taken a clone. So just keep that open like this. I didn't do a very good job of getting it in the corner, but you get the idea. And you could get a little bit of contamination this way. It is possible, but you'll only limit it to the batch that you're working on. But I don't believe that any of this has hop latent. We're just hedging our bets. So there, just a little bit. Take your peat plug, stick it in there. I stick it in until the branch starts pushing out the bottom, and then I level it with my finger. And there you go. Now we just have to do that 20 more times. And we're all finished up. I have them all labeled. And we just need to wait 7 to 21 days for them to root. Make sure you keep that dome humid. You could leave them in the cup to root, but they take a lot longer. I really like doing it this way. Usually within 14 days we get roots. And I cannot stress enough, really low intensity with the light. That's why it's all the way over here. It's down as low as it can be as far as intensity, not height. Just to give them the signal that, hey, it's daylight. We don't really want them to be growing. That's going to stress them out and make them a little bit deficient before they finish rooting. Day 35. And we have an excellent bounce back in health after everything got some up potting and some more aggressive watering. We have some really good internodal spacing on everything. This FC-E4800 that is on trial from Mars Hydro is rocking. We're at 60 to 65% power, probably 300, 350 watts, and they're loving it. The big plants, the little plants, they all have great vigor, great color. That's why I like these bar style lights. The dispersion is just way better than that patchwork of lights that I was using before. But we made that work. But I feel like this is going to be way better. It's way more efficient. I feel like with half as much power, we're doing better than we were last time. So today's the day to get these big ones out. These 4 big ones I'm going to take clones of. Take them and the 2 little Zupas outside, and they can become trees out there. These need another week. We're going to give them the same treatment after that. A couple little food plants. We still have that little struggle plant. I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm giving it a chance because it really wants to live. I'm using the Mother Earth groundswell potting mix. This has pumice in it. Pumice and perlite. And that's excellent for long-term usage. It doesn't break down nearly as fast. It's larger pieces, so it's better aeration, better moisture retention, and it lightens the soil up just a little bit. But yeah, this light is great. Even these plants in the very corners, in the shade even, they look healthy. They don't look light deprived at all. These ones are starting to crowd. I was just trying to get them healthy again when I put them in those big containers, but they just got enormous. Can't wait to see what they do outside. I can't wait to see what the rest of this does. So basically the idea is we're going to run this indoors, see what they do before the outdoor finishes, and then that'll give us a bunch of information to move forward with outside. So remember to check back every Sunday at noon to 6 p.m. I will usually post the premiere late Saturday evening or early Sunday morning. And remember to check out Mars Hydro. Grab an FC-E4800, $300 right now. Use my code mysticalgardens and save a little bit more. Thank you for watching.